Hi there. Right now, we are starting a new astrological year. We have new moon, we have the spring equinox, and Pluto is re-entering into Aquarius. So I simply had to look at what's going on with these huge transformations that happens right now. And I'm not an astrologer, but I do think we should use these opportunities to be aware of our powers and our possibilities to manifest in these days. So that's my issue here. And the new moon means the time of the lunar cycle when the moon is in darkness. And for us who work spiritual work also seasonally, we use the new moon to set our intentions. It's like in the darkness, we set the seeds for what we want to manifest later on. And I'll come back to that because this is now just an amazing power moment to manifest. So I think we all need to use that moment. Darkness itself has got some bad reputation, and we're talking about it with so much negativity and fear that I thought I'd bring a little bit different perspective to that so that we can maybe use it in a different way. Now, first of all, what has this dwarf planet Pluto, what does it do when it goes into Aquarius? What does it represent to us? Now, Pluto, I've heard a lot of words or a lot of names for the planet Pluto. It comes from Greek and it was representing the power of the underworld. But it's also the destructor. It's the destructor and disruptor. And it is definitely the power that it represents, the power to destroy and break down, burn down, so that we can build the new, a little bit like everything burning down, and from the ashes rises the bird phoenix. But I've also heard the planet Pluto be called the planet of hell. And I thought that made me think, because I think a lot of people are actually thinking about darkness in the same way as well, and things that are disruptive and things that we can't really control, we get scared of. So I think it's a moment to address this thing here. Right now, what is really important to me is that we look at our own inner darkness and our own inner underworld, so that we learn how what's going on inside us can impact the way we manifest our lives. Because when we feel and experience emotions and situations like guilt, shame, traumatic experiences, embarrassment, when we feel embarrassed, lots of these difficult feelings and situations, we tend to put them into our own underworld, into our darkness, even to the degree that we can forget about traumatic experiences altogether because we've hidden them in our darkness. And if we're lucky and we feel safe enough, then we might sometimes take them out of darkness, lift a thing out of darkness, an experience out of darkness, so that it can get light, get awareness, be transformed, and then we kind of allow it to be used as nourishment in our life instead of just staying there stuck as something difficult. But the darkness itself is a safe place. That's why we hide our pain in there in the first place. There's nothing wrong with darkness, and darkness isn't evil. It really isn't. But when we hide too much stuff there in the darkness for too long, it becomes like a pressure boiler. So it might explode. Things may come out in a way that we then can't control, and that can be very unpleasant for us. And then we use even more force keeping the lid on that boiling pot to keep these emotions away from us. But just like when we go to sleep, darkness is supposed to be a place of rest. It's a place of safety. Like when we sleep, we recover our bodies, we regenerate our powers, we recharge our batteries. And it's a blissful and blissful situation to be in the darkness when we're not afraid of it. And that's why we hide all difficult things, we hide there, because we don't really need to, or we don't want to deal with it really. But seeing the underworld, or our inner underworld, as the enemy makes us be afraid of darkness. It makes us try to keep all negative experiences away from us, never to touch them again, never look at them again. But it also makes it harder to carry all the experiences of our lives because we do not transform them. When they are transformed, they can become lighter and they become in another form, so it's easier to carry. So that's why I think that it's very important to start seeing darkness as a blessing, because when we start seeing darkness as a blessing, then we do our shadow work. So we work with all the emotions and situations that are painful to us, and we confront our shame, our guilt, our fear, our emotions that we have been trying to hide in the darkness for maybe too long. And when we can transform our stories, they become like new rich soil, like compost. You know, imagine all our experiences and situations, when we do transform them, they're not the same anymore. Just like when you put the peel of a banana into the compost and it becomes new soil for new plants to grow out of. It becomes blessed soil where you can put your new ideas, your new things that you want to manifest in your life. They become nutritious soil for you. So this spring equinox right now is carrying an immense potential of transformation, and welcoming Pluto into the equation makes us really touch some deep levels. And I think that's our greatest treasures in this power of Pluto, really. It's so much power. We can really use this power, and we need to know how to use this power, and that's what we come into. How can we use this moment in time as well to our fullest potential? So I do believe that we need to change a lot on planet in the way we live, structurally, organic, in all senses of our society, we need change. So I do think we need healing. I do think we need recovery in many ways. And I do think that new ideas and new solutions need new rich soil to grow in if we're going to find them and if we're going to move on this planet. So we can't get there. I think we cannot get there unless we're willing to use our own potential, use our own darkness, know our own darkness. And even, I think that we need to learn to love even those parts of ourselves which we're afraid of, the things we don't like about ourselves. We need to start working on it. We need to, if you have an anger issue, for instance, you need to acknowledge that so that you can start working on it towards the transformation. If you have a big sadness inside you, you need to start working that so it can transform, so it can become this rich new soul that we all need. And obviously, as always, if you have problems and issues to deal with, which is too heavy for you to do alone, then absolutely find a therapist, someone who can work your shadows with you, because it can be such a strength to have someone on your path. But right now, I will not lose myself. This is an intense moment to set our intentions. Like new moon is for setting intentions, new starts is for setting intentions for our spiritual work, for our personal work, for whatever we want in life, basically. And very often we're told to be afraid of what we ask for, because we might get it, right? We might get what we ask for. And right now, I think that's more true than ever, really. So we should be careful in the sense of knowing from where we set our intentions. So I want to check always that I set my intentions from a place of love, from a place of caring for myself and the rest of the world, setting an intention out of gratitude for what's already there, for what I already have, what I already experienced. So I suggest you write down what you want to manifest and what you want to change in your life, and bring blessings into your own darkness. Bring love, bring gratitude into your own darkness, into your own underworld. That's what I would do right now. So I want us to look on our stories, like these stories we have in our lives. We often categorize them as bad or good, or, this was a thing I want to forget because it wasn't really good. I want us to be able to look at all our stories with love and with giving it blessings, because it's not to become better. It's not to become someone you are not, but it's to become you entirely. Embrace all of you. Embrace all the parts of you, because then again we have this power of transforming our pain into fuel for manifesting the new life. And this is a new spring, and this right now, these days, today, tomorrow, the next month, this is a new start in so many ways. And use now this dark moon to manifest what you truly like. And I think that the side effects of bringing blessings into our darkness is that we are truer to ourselves, that we can connect on a deeper level when we communicate, and that we become wholer, and that we experience more healing. So let's go for this new moon, this new start, this new springtime with a lot of love and gratitude. So let's share this love.